Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am coming to you live to do another Friday video teaching. Let me just get this set up here. So if you're tuning in to me for the very first time and you don't know who I am, my name is Stef. I'm a psychic business empowerment coach, and I work with spiritual entrepreneurs and spiritual people to teach them how to create their dream lives and dream businesses. And that's basically what this channel is about, is really just helping you to become so empowered within yourself that you really understand that you are the great creator of your reality. And all you need to do is just do your best to step into your power and to get certain things into alignment so that you can get more of what you want in life, okay? Every Friday I come on here on my YouTube channel to do a video teaching. So I try to come on around 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, but because I've gone fully location independent now, the time fluctuates between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So bear with me until I can find hopefully a steady time to do these videos. And yes, if you are catching me on the live video or the replay, please let me know that you're watching and what you thought of this video teaching today in the comments below. Feel free to share your experiences, any questions you may have. I'm always happy to answer them and to interact with all of you to support you on your journeys, okay? So if you see my eyes going everywhere, that's just because I'm sharing this out to my Facebook group. So there are plenty of ways for you to connect with me on social media. All the links will be in the description below to my Instagram, my Facebook, which is Stef Coaching for both of them. You can also find my Facebook group, which is currently called Divine Creation, and the link to my group will be in the description below, or you can always find me on my Facebook and then get to my group through there. Okay, cool. So I'm just sharing this out, and then we're gonna get started. And let's see. So I'm really excited to be doing this video because there is some interesting energy happening, all around us at this time. Okay. So what I wanted to share with all of you today, or what I got asked to share with all of you today, is this message around stepping into your power. Okay. It's a bit of a message / teaching, but what you're being asked to know is that as you go on your journey, okay, whether that's personal development, whether that's healing, whether that's spiritual, whatever your journey may be for you, as you go on this journey of just wanting to experience your greatest potential, the highest version of yourself, you're going to be asked to step into your power on greater and greater levels, or as you're going on the journey of creating your dream life, your dream business, your dream career, whatever it may be, you're going to be asked to step into your power on greater levels, okay? Now, as we go on this journey, as the year unfolds, there are certain periods throughout the year where you're going to be supported in stepping into that next level version of you and your personal power, okay? But there are certain times during the year where you are being extra supported in being able to step into this new version of yourself that is much more empowered. And so every year, usually between June through August, mid-August, maybe until all of August, during this time, no matter where you're at in the world, a lot of times we will feel a strong energy come in that makes us really have to step into our power a lot of times. Now, this is because in June, there is the solstices. We have the summer solstice and the winter solstice. Then we have retrograde energies between July and August usually. Then we have the Lion's Gate. If you don't know any of this stuff, doesn't matter. The point is that it's an energy phenomena happening that is bringing in more energy into the planet and bringing more light. And as a result, and then it's also periods in which like there's full moons and retrogrades. And so things are kind of like slowing down. And it's really just a period for you to let go of old things that you need to let go of. So that's old habits, thought patterns, behaviors, fears, in order to be that new version of yourself, that more evolved, more empowered version of yourself. And the reason for this is that, like I said, we do this throughout the year, but certain points or periods of the year we feel it more strongly. And so this is one of those periods where we feel it more strongly. So during this time, a lot of times people are getting sick. They experience, when you're stepping into your power, you're releasing things that you need to let go of in order to become that more empowered version of yourself, the more evolved version of yourself. Then a lot of times you will experience physical symptoms. So you will experience physical pains, a lot of times things like colds and flus and headaches, and maybe your feet aching, certain parts of your body aching. You'll experience that. That can be a reflection of you releasing things or up leveling. You will experience sometimes things in your life, certain circumstances that feel like they're not going according to plan, that feel like they're out of your control, that really just scare the crap out of you or make you worried or anxious or these kinds of things. And so that is, you being presented with something to help you step into your power even on a greater level, because when you are dealing with those kinds of situations, it's up to you whether you allow them to make you or break you. It's up to you and how you decide to handle that, whether you choose to use those experiences to really discover a greater level of your personal power, or whether you continue to buy into the stories and the beliefs and the fears that you have around how you can't do this, how it's hard, how, whatever your fears may be, life is against you, whatever that is. And so it's up to you. Other ways in which you are presented with opportunities to step into greater levels of your personal power is when you have major shifts in your life happen. So something that completely, it's like a next step in your life, or some kind of unexpected thing that happens where you kind of have to handle that situation and be the person that doesn't lose their head in that like next step of your life, and you handle that. Okay, it's a little bit similar to the other one, but I'm talking in this case about like moving, bringing a child into the world, experiencing a loss, starting a business. It's something major in your life that gives you the opportunity to be able to discover this new version of you with all new capacities, with a greater capacity to receive success, to lead people, to handle or problem solve, things, and so on, right? And so what else? A lot of times during these moments where we are being given the opportunity to step into greater levels of our personal power, we're also going to experience major emotional shifts. And so people a lot of times will have increased depression, anxiety, fear, worry, stress during these periods, because this is really the energy that's supporting you, is helping you to bring up all these things up to the surface that you really need to let go of in order to become this empowered version of yourself. Okay. So during these moments in which we're being asked to step into greater levels of our personal power, they're just really opportunities and situations and things and people that are, showing up in order to help you see, like, this is what you need to let go of to move forward. This is what you need to let go of to create that success, to get that outcome, to manifest that desire. And so this is all it really is we are being asked to take notice of what is happening, what is showing up, and really recognizing what it is about that situation that it's telling us about ourselves that we need to let go of in order to continue moving forward with our journey and continue to be that limitless version of ourselves that we desire to be. Okay. And so what is happening at this time, maybe you have been feeling it lately, but there are certain energies that are coming in. We had a full moon recently. Then we had the solstices happen. And like I said, we're going to have other things coming in, but it's like wave after wave after wave of energy is coming in to help you purge and purge and purge just a little bit at a time, so that you can continue to make this transition fully. Because what happens is a lot of times that we think that we're stepping into this greater level of ourselves, and we are to a certain extent. We are making progress, but we haven't a lot of times made like a definitive shift. And so in order to achieve that definitive shift, we sometimes have to take those like step-by-step processes, especially so that we can ease our way into it, because sometimes going from one place to the next is sometimes such a big jump for us that we believe it to be difficult. We believe it to be impossible. We believe it to be unachievable. And so we hold ourselves back from really making that massive shift. So how these energies that are coming in during like one wave after the other at this time is really helping us to, at this level, release what we can release. And then we keep going on our journey and we have more things come up, and then we release that on a higher level, and then we keep doing that and doing that. And so these energies that are coming in, they're also preparing us for the stronger energies that we're going to experience in the weeks to come. Okay. But what this is basically about is just really helping you to understand that right now you're being given an opportunity to really change your life, because one of the reasons why we have such a period of intensity from June, July, August as well is because it's around like midway or halfway through the year. And so it's really important for you at this time to purge the things that you need to let go of, or release the things that you need to let go of, in order for you to completely or powerfully shift enough within inside of yourself so that you can really take advantage of the remainder of the year and really completely turn things around if you so wish. And so that's one of the reasons why a lot of these energies are coming in during this time in the way that they do every single year, is because you've been given, roughly 6 months to work towards your things and to, develop yourself to a certain degree. And now it's time to really do that on a greater scale, to do that more powerfully. So the energies at this time support you with doing that, because they're helping you to keep letting go of more and more things that you need to let go of, so you can continue to break through your own glass ceilings. You can continue to recognize that the only limits that exist are the limits that you've been placing on yourself, the stories that you've been telling yourself. And so as these energies come in and they help you to bring up this emotional stability, mental instability, maybe because of things that you're going through and you're thinking about, you're stressed about, and so on, situations and people. As this is all coming up, it's an opportunity for you to really let go of that stuff that you've been wanting to let go of for the first 6 months of the year, that you've maybe made progress around, but that now it's time for you to really release that on an even greater level. And so this is why people have been feeling a lot of intense energy lately, is because you're being asked to shed these old layers so that it's not so intense for you to do it all at once, and you build up to that so that it's easier to transition into that next level version of yourself. So during these times of stepping into your power, it's really important for you to, number one, be very clear on who you want to become, what you want to achieve, the things that you want to do. Be very clear on those things. Be very clear of the person that you desire to be, because you need to have that clarity in order to know, okay, this is who I want to be. And right now I'm freaking out about this stuff and this and so on and so forth. And that version of me wouldn't be losing it right now the way current version of me is. So that's who I want to be. That's what I want to do. That's who I need to work on becoming and shifting into as the energy continue to support me. Number two is do your part to release whatever you need to release at this time, whether that's limiting beliefs, that's emotions, that's certain situations or people or whatever it is that's not in alignment with your greater vision, with what you're wanting to achieve. You need to do your best to release those things, to process it. It's a period of purging and releasing these things that you need to let go of in order to continue to move forward with your life and make room for all the good that is wanting to come in, because it's difficult to welcome new things into your life when you're full of all this other old stuff from your old identity, your old life, your old way of being. So release what you need to release at that time. Number three, I feel it's important for you to take it easy on yourself, because it's during these times where we feel all these intense emotions, and then sometimes we have these intense situations showing up that we have to deal with, that we can quite often get into the habit of being hard on ourselves, especially if you maybe are a parent, a mother maybe, especially if you have a business or if you have a job that you need to perform at a certain level at and you feel like you're not. Because what happens is that because we're experiencing all of this intensity that's helping us to purge all these things, and we're feeling the things that we're feeling, and we're dealing with the things that we're dealing with, we might not be able to show up in the way in which we want to show up in certain areas of our life. So like if you're a business owner, you might not be able to show up fully for your business in the way in which you maybe were used to, you want to, because all of these things are kind of affecting you on some level and you're doing your best to process them. Or maybe you're not able to show up fully for your children because you're dealing with your own stuff and you feel like you're letting your children down. Or maybe you feel like your performance at work is going down because you're dealing with all this other stuff and you can't show up fully at work. And that's difficult for you to deal with. And so during these times is when you really need to be easy on yourself and really allow yourself to develop greater love and compassion and acceptance for yourself during this time, because when you're going through this up leveling, you're not going to be like a robot and just keep going. Sometimes you need to slow down. Sometimes you need to take a step back. Sometimes you need to take some time to reflect. Sometimes you need to take some time just to care about you and like to take care of you and your needs and pamper yourself. And so when this energy comes in, that you're stepping into this more evolved version of yourself, be compassionate towards yourself, love yourself, accept yourself, take care of yourself better, because this is really important for you to be able to then shift into the next version that you want to be, because the next version that you want to be is not going to be hard on themselves, is not going to think that they're not doing enough and they're not good enough and all this other stuff. That next version of you has greater love and compassion and acceptance. And so having compassion for that person that you are in that moment, the things that you're processing, being proud of yourself for feeling good with yourself, for doing your best as you're going through that, and then just allowing that to lead you forward. And then I feel if I had one more thing to add to, when you're in this process of stepping into your power, a lot of times is surrendering. Surrendering is really important in this process as well, because a lot of times when we are wanting to step into a higher version of ourselves, this more empowered version, we want to be this more empowered version in order to a lot of times achieve something that we want to achieve, okay? A specific outcome, whatever it may be. And so when we are wanting to be this person, because we feel like this is going to be amazing and there's like a big hawk or something flying in the sky. It's a message, a sign from the universe. But when we're wanting to step into this greater version of ourselves that is able to do all of the things that we dream of, or has all the things that we dream of, it's important to surrender to that and to do your best to step into that without knowing exactly, like needing to know exactly how on earth you're going to be able to do that. Just simply saying, okay, today I'm going to do my best to keep stepping into that version of myself, to keep being that version that I want to be. And I already know what I want to achieve as that version of myself. And I'm just going to do my best to do what I feel I need to do today to move forward in that direction, to become that person. And I'm just going to allow the universe to guide me forward into any other actions that I may need to take, and to help me to continue to evolve and become that version of myself, right? So for example, for me at this time, what I have been asked to do to continue to step into my power is to just relax and not do anything today, really, and just rest and have fun. And I was told specifically to go to a beach and just spend time at the beach and do this little touristy thing and just take it easy and keep focusing, being in the energy that I want to be in, and so on. And surrendering to that, just allowing that feeling to come through me to just continue to feel that inside of myself, and to not try to force things, to not try to figure out how things will come, just simply being in that present moment, surrendering to that present moment, trying to embody that next version of myself, and allowing that to be okay, allowing that to be good enough, allowing me to really love and accept this version of myself that I'm stepping into, and just trusting in that process, that me laying on a beach is part of the process of me up-leveling, right? And so that's what, sometimes stepping into your power can look like for you, depending on where you're at in your journey and what you're learning. But surrendering is really important because, like I said, when we're trying to be this next level version of ourselves that's doing all these amazing things or has these amazing things, this amazing life, a lot of times we freak out at the fact that we don't know exactly how we're going to achieve those things yet because we're not that person yet. And you just need to understand that you just need to surrender to the process as best as you can and do your best to do what you can to become that version of you and take the line steps that version of you would do, and just keep surrendering to the fact that as you practice this and you do your part around this, you will continue to become that and become that even more, and you will have the path shown to you more and more clearly, and things will start coming together for you to realize that vision, that dream, that goal that you wanted. Okay, so this is what they wanted me to share with all of you today around stepping into your power. This is a really powerful time. If you follow me on my Facebook business page, I do weekly energy readings there. It's kind of like an energy forecast, or not really an energy horoscope, but it's a forecast to let you know, like, hey, this is what you can expect for the next 7 days. And there I talked about, I believe, something related to this. But yeah, this is what they wanted me to share with all of you today. If you've been experiencing any of the symptoms, cold, stomach issues, feet, they all have their different meanings, but it's part of you either purging, you're either purging things, you're either integrating new things, you're either being given messages from your higher self or from your body to help you recognize, like, this is what you need to let go of to step more into your power. This is what you need to let go of to step more into your power, and so on and so forth, to become more of who you truly are. Because when you step into your power, you're literally embodying more of the divine spiritual aspect of you. And when you embody more of this version of yourself, you are more equipped and empowered to be able to deliberately manifest more of the reality that you desire. But it's a process, and you're not going to, go from here to like automatically like super enlightened, super connected to the divine spiritual aspect of yourself. You're going to keep doing this on, greater and greater levels. And so this is part of the process. And stepping into your power can mean different things. Okay. Because what's coming to my mind is a story. It came again twice. So I'm going to tell you. So this past week, my partner got sick, and I helped them with the healing. I did some energy work on them. And then it helped them that day. And then the next day they got sicker. And it was because the healing I had done, I had sent them certain energies, and then those energies were helping bring out some stuff that they needed to let go of. And so they started feeling a physical detox, and they got even sicker. They started getting like flu symptoms and so on and so forth. And so then I did another energy session on them to release that. I also received messages around why those things were being manifested, why the cold and the sore throat and all that other stuff was happening. And I gave this person the message, okay? And part of that person's path at this time for stepping more into their power and being more of who they truly are is opening up to being emotionally vulnerable. Really connecting more deeply with their emotions and that aspect of themselves. And that's them stepping into their power on a greater level. Because sometimes for us, when we think about stepping into our power, we think about like doing things, achieving things, making things happen, showing up a certain way. But becoming that empowered version of yourself can be so many different things. And in this person's case, it's about becoming like emotionally empowered. And becoming emotionally empowered is by embracing vulnerability and connecting to their emotions. And so that was why they were having the physical symptoms, because it was trying to show them where they needed to release certain things and to tap more into the stuff to go on that path and be more of who they truly are. Does that make sense? So, but this is what stepping into our power is all about. It's going to show up in many different things, depending on what you need to learn at this time, depending on what you need to shift inside of yourself to become more of who you truly are. But the energy right now is supporting you. So if you're feeling off physically, if you're feeling off emotionally, if things in your life are feeling not right, they're off, maybe you feel like you're going backwards, this is all part of the process. Because as well, certain entrepreneurs, many of us at this time are being asked to redefine our businesses, to make certain major shifts in our businesses and how we've been doing things and so on, to have it become more in alignment with ourselves. So as we are evaluating our businesses at this time and how we've been doing things and where we want to go as a business owner, a lot of times when you're in that process, you feel like you're in a state of limbo. You feel a bit uncertain. You feel like you're kind of floating on the ground or up in the sky, because maybe for so long you've been doing things a certain way and they've gotten you results, and now you're kind of being asked to maybe uproot some of that or all of that completely in order to take your life in a different direction. And so uprooting all of that and not having that foundation that you relied on so strongly for so long can feel disconcerting a little bit for people, because it's like, what? But I was strong in this, and I knew this like the back of my hand, and it was working, and it was, what it needed to be. And now I feel like I'm kind of floating, and I'm not really sure what direction I'm going in. Like, I know where I want to go in, but at the same time, I'm not sure how I'm going to get there and how I'm going to recreate the success or even greater now by doing things differently and so on. So this is how it's affecting a lot of entrepreneurs at this time. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're feeling this way, it's normal. It's part of the process. It's really you being given the opportunity to set a strong foundation, create an all new foundation, and set an all new foundation and for who you want to be moving forward on a greater level and what you want to do on a greater level. And so this is an opportunity for you, everyone, no matter what you're going through and what your experience is, to really decide, are you going to continue to go in the same way in which you've been going with your life, with the decisions you've been making, your habits, your beliefs, your way of handling things emotionally? Are you going to continue to do that? Or are you going to be that next level version of yourself? Because the energy is going to continue to request of you to be the highest version of yourself again and again, and you're going to continue to feel it and experience it in your life. And so just keep doing your best to be firm in who you are, and decide, like, no, this is who I'm going to be moving forward, and I'm going to be that. I'm going to be that, and I don't need to know the way. I'm going to surrender that. I'm going to be loving and compassionate with myself as I transition into this greater, more empowered version of myself, and I release the old version of myself that was, served me up until this point and helped me get to this level. And I'm going to keep practicing being who I am, and keep shifting, releasing the things that I need to release, and so on and so forth. Okay. So this is the message that I have for all of you today. I really hope that it has helped you. If it has, please let me know in the comments below, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. Let me know, and if it resonated with you, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, a like from wherever you're watching, leave me some comments. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to see more video teachings like this, I do them every Friday. And what else? And also, if you want to stay in touch with me, you can follow me on Instagram, where I'm sharing my Instagram stories, things that I'm doing while I'm traveling, being location independent here in Mexico at this time. And you can follow me on my Facebook business page as well, where I do free teachings, or my group as well, where I do free teachings. And I think that's it. So thank you so much for your time. I really do truly appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video so much and you want to share it with someone else, definitely make sure to share it with them. There will be a subscribe button up here somewhere, videos for you to watch somewhere around here. I don't remember where the things go, but click on those things if you want to see more. And stay in touch with me. And I send you all so much love. Have an amazing weekend. I'm going to have an amazing weekend because I'm doing my retreat here in Mexico. And I'm really excited about that and everything that's going to go down in this trip, because it's perfectly aligned with the energy at this time of stepping into your power. And that's what my retreat is all about, is really believing that you can create whatever you want, and that it's up to you to bring yourself into alignment and master yourself on such a deep level to be able to do that, and so on. So I'm really excited about that. If you're watching and you're interested in my retreat, make sure to message me for more info, and I will give you more info, because there's still, a couple days for you to arrange all of that for you to still come join us if you want. So thank you so much. Have an amazing time. I will see you soon. Bye.